I would like to invite you to listen to the Dhammapada of the Buddha Shakyamuni, the 74th verse from the Buddhist scriptures on the YouTube channel TN Thai in the USA. Let both laymen and monks think, by myself was this done. In every work, great or small, let them refer to me. Such is the ambition of the fool. His desires and pride increase. Dear listeners, the Buddha spoke this verse out of boundless compassion. He wished to awaken us from the sleep of pride. The fool, in his ignorance, believes that all good things are born from his own hand. Whatever work is accomplished, he says, I have done this. He wishes to be recognized as the source of success. His words are filled with I and mine. He forgets that everything in this world arises through causes and conditions. Nothing belongs to a single self. Nothing is truly done alone. This verse is like a mirror that reflects the heart of ambition. The Buddha is not condemning work or success. He is warning against the conceit that clings to them. It is not the work that harms, but the I behind the work. When the sense of self takes root, pride grows. When pride grows, delusion follows. And when delusion fills the heart, suffering surely comes. The fool thinks, I am the builder. I am the one who speaks well. I am the one who serves best. I am the one who guides others. He delights in hearing his own name. If others praise him, he is happy. If they forget him, he feels pain. He begins to measure his worth by the words of others. This is the chain of pride, invisible but heavy. It binds the heart tighter than any iron chain. The wise one, on the other hand, performs all actions with humility. Whatever he does, he sees it as the fruit of many conditions. The kindness of others, the blessing of the Dharma, the support of community, the guidance of teachers. He says not, I have done, but it has been done through many hands. In this way, he remains free. His joy is pure. His merit grows without measure, because he does not cling to it. In the time of the Buddha, there was a monk named Laladai Thera. He lived with the Blessed One and the Sangha, but was foolish in heart. Whenever the monks worked together, sweeping the monastery, arranging the seats, preparing water, or building huts, he would do nothing. But when the work was finished, he would appear smiling and say, see what I have done. I cleaned this. I built that. I prepared everything. At first, the other monks laughed softly. They thought he was joking. But over time, they saw his pride grow. He began to seek praise from lay devotees, saying, it is I who organized this. It is I who served the Buddha. His words were filled with I. You wish to be praised for deeds not done by you. But pride is like a hidden fire. It burns silently in the heart until all virtue is turned to ash. Then the Buddha spoke this verse. Our effort. We too wish for recognition. When we do good, we want it known. When we help, we hope for thanks. When our name is forgotten, the heart feels empty. This is the nature of the human ego. The Buddha's wisdom shines upon this weakness not to scold, but to free us. He shows that this craving for recognition comes from ignorance of the true nature of self. When we see deeply into the Dharma, we realize that there is no permanent I who acts. The hand moves because of many causes, the mind's intention, the body's strength, the air we breathe, the earth beneath our feet, the food that sustains us, the guidance of countless beings. All things arise together. When we see this, pride dissolves like mist before the morning sun. The fool believes, I did this alone. Above the water, yet it depends on mud, water, sunlight, and time. The lotus does not boast, I have made myself bloom. It simply responds to the conditions around it. So too should our practice be. Natural, humble, and free of pride. The fool tries to claim the sun, but the wise simply opens his petals and receives its light. In our modern world, people often chase after credit. Even in the path of Dharma, this poison can appear. Someone may say, I organized this retreat. I raised this temple. I published this book. I led this group. Such thoughts turn the sacred into the can lead to progress. But ambition rooted in pride leads to ruin. The fool desires to be known for every act. He wants others to remember him. But the more he seeks recognition, the more his peace. Mind, we too must sweep away the dust of I. Every day, as we act, we can remind ourselves, this was not done by me alone. This came from the blessings of countless beings. My parents gave me this body. My teachers gave me wisdom. My friends gave me support. The Buddha gave me the path. What remains for me to claim as mine? The fool's heart says, by myself was this done. The wise heart says, how wonderful that conditions allowed this to be done. The first binds the heart, the second frees it. The first builds walls, the second builds bridges. When we let go of self-claiming, something beautiful happens. Gratitude arises. We begin to see how connected we are to all beings. Every breath we take is a gift of trees. Every grain of rice is a gift of farmers. Every teaching we hear is a gift of the lineage. When we see this, our heart naturally bows. Pride cannot live in the house of gratitude. Dear listeners, if you ever feel the urge to claim credit, pause for a moment. Breathe deeply. Remember that all good arises from interdependence. Think of the Buddha sitting under the Bodhi tree. Did he ever say, I alone attained this? No. Even at the moment of enlightenment, he said, this liberation is possible through the path of causes and conditions. Such is the humility of the Tathagata. To practice humility is to walk in his footsteps. Each time we say, it is through others' kindness that this has been done, we polish the mirror of our heart. The clearer it becomes, the more it reflects the light of compassion. Let us train ourselves gently. When praised, smile and think, this is not mine alone. When blamed, smile and think, this too is not mine alone. In this way, praise and blame lose their power. The mind remains balanced like a calm lake that reflects the moon without disturbance. This is the wisdom hidden in the 74th verse. It is not a warning for monks alone, but for all who live and work in the world. Whether we are building temples or raising children, cooking meals or teaching others, we can practice this Dharma, doing everything wholeheartedly, yet without the pride of ownership. When we work with such a heart, even the smallest task becomes sacred. Sweeping the floor becomes a prayer. Washing dishes becomes meditation. Speaking kind words becomes chanting. Every action becomes part of the Buddha's work, not our own. And in this way, peace enters every corner of our life. Let both laymen and monks think, by myself was this done. In every work, great or small, let them refer to me. Such is the ambition of the fool. His desires and pride increase. Dear listeners, this verse is a mirror that reveals the subtle danger of pride, the craving to be known, to be praised, to be the source of every success. The Buddha's words gently open the heart of wisdom. He shows us that when we live through the voice of I, we move away from the peace of the Dharma. When we act with self-importance, we lose the fragrance of humility. When we cling to ownership, we close the gate to liberation. The fool thinks that every success must bear his name. He builds monuments not to truth, but to his own image. In temples, in families, in the world, he seeks to be acknowledged. He desires that others say, he did this. It was because of him. Yet, such desire only deepens his thirst. When his name is not mentioned, his mind becomes restless. When others are praised, jealousy arises. The fool's heart is like a pot full of holes. No matter how much water of praise it receives, it is never full. The Buddha said that this craving is endless. Once the fool gains a little honor, he hungers for more. Once his name is known, he wishes it to spread farther. Once he is praised, he wishes never to be forgotten. Thus pride grows, and the roots of desire sink deeper. The fool thinks he is rising higher, but in truth, claiming, I did this, was deeply rooted. Every time a good deed was done, the thought arose, let them know it was me. One day, as he sat in meditation, he saw a vision, himself standing before a mountain, shouting, this is my mountain. But then he saw the mountain crumble into dust, and he was left alone. He realized that the mountain was his pride. All the things he wanted to claim were praised. He rejoiced sincerely. When his name was forgotten, he smiled. Slowly, the craving to be seen dissolved. One day, he approached the Buddha and said, Blessed One, I have learned that nothing is mine, not even this robe, not even this body. All that I can claim is gratitude. The Buddha smiled, saying, Now, Laladai, you have found the true refuge. To be humble is to be near Nibbana. This is the transformation that the Buddha wishes for us all, from pride to humility, from I to no I, from the desire to be known to the joy of being unseen. Dear friends, let us reflect. will crumble. The work we claim will be forgotten. Even this body that says, I, will one day return to dust. So why should we waste our energy protecting a name that cannot last? The wise know this truth. That is why they walk quietly. They do good deeds and let them go. They give help and forget it. They teach without claiming ownership of the Dharma. They serve others and say, this was possible because of conditions. Their hearts are light because they carry no pride. The world may not know their names, but the universe remembers their virtue. In contrast, the fool's pride makes his path heavy. He walks with the burden of self. He fears that others will take credit. He worries that he will be forgotten. His mind burns with comparison. Who is higher? Who is greater? Who is praised more? In this fire, his peace disappears. Pride gives momentary pleasure, but lasting pain. It promises joy, but delivers exhaustion. The Buddha's teaching is simple yet profound. He reminds us that everything in this world is interconnected. Every work is the meeting of countless conditions. No one acts alone. The rain falls, the soil nourishes, the seed grows. Yet, none of them say, I am the cause. They simply fulfill their nature. Likewise, the awakened one acts without claiming, speaks without boasting, and serves without attachment. When we live like this, our heart becomes vast. We see that the universe is our true self. When there is no small I to defend, every being becomes part of our own heart. Compassion blossoms naturally. Pride fades away, and in its place arises boundless love. The Buddha often compared pride to a shadow. It follows the fool everywhere, growing larger the more he faces the sun of recognition. But when he turns toward humility, the shadow disappears behind him. The wise one does not fear being unnoticed, because he knows that truth itself is his witness. Dear listeners, in this world of many voices, people often shout, look at me, hear me, remember me. But the voice of the Dharma whispers gently, forget yourself, and you will be remembered by the truth. When we let go of I have done, when we dedicate our practice, let us remember the words of the Buddha. He who acts without self, acts with wisdom. When we meditate, we do not meditate for fame. When we chant, we do not chant for praise. When we give, we do not give for recognition. Everything we do becomes pure when it is freed from the thought of self. Imagine a tree full of fruit. The branches that bear the most fruit always bend the lowest. The heavier the blessing, the deeper the humility. The fool, like an empty branch, stands upright and proud, but bears nothing sweet. The wise, full of virtue, bends low in silence. Such humility is the fragrance of enlightenment. When pride arises, it blinds us to gratitude. We forget the kindness of others. We forget that our teachers, our parents, our friends, and the Sangha have supported us every step of the way. Without their love, our practice could not stand. The Buddha reminds us to bow often, not only with the body, but with the heart. Each bow breaks one thread of pride. Each act of gratitude opens the door to peace. In our daily lives, let us practice humility in small ways. When someone praises us, let us turn that praise into gratitude. When someone blames us, let us turn that blame into patience. When we accomplish something, let us dedicate it to the three jewels. When we fail, understanding. The fool's heart says, this is mine. The wise heart says, this too is not mine. The fool's pride grows like weeds. The wise one's humility blossoms like a lotus. Dear friends, let us remember the lesson of the 74th verse. Pride is the seed of suffering, and humility is the root of peace. The more we try to make the world revolve around me, the farther we move from truth. Whispering, my child, nothing is done alone. Everything arises from conditions. Bow to the truth and be free. To live without pride is to live in harmony with all beings. To give without claiming is to live in the light of the Dharma. To work without ownership is to walk the path of the Bodhisattva. So let us all cultivate this heart. Whether we are monks or lay people, teachers or students, we can practice this humility. Let our words be gentle. Let our hearts be spacious. Let our deeds be pure. Let our names be forgotten, but our compassion remembered. The fool's ambition is endless. With mindfulness, humility, and compassion. Thank you for watching my video. Namo Amitba. I wish to bring this merit towards all. disciples, and sentient beings, all of whom will attain Buddhahood. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate your time.